responsibility. In the name of all that is holy, bring out of this time of chaos and division a new community that can realize the promise and vision of our founders. Though we may grow weary in this sacred battle, may we never grow despondent or despairing. With profound hope, let the people say, Amen. 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 Thank you.
Now I want to invite Anisha Green of Darlington County to come and sing the national anthem.
Good morning, Democrats. May you all please stand for the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Wow. All right, I want to invite the veterans, any veterans, please, please, please come to the front and help us with the pledge. Stand in front of the flag, stand in front of the stage. And I want to invite our congressional candidate veterans, Admiral Nancy LaCour, John Michael Vincent, and Mac DeFord, to please come and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. All the veterans, please come stand in front of the stage.
Everybody could please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So, as y'all know, I think last year at our convention, we elected I got reelected. We elected our new serving first vice chair, Representative Roger Kirby. We elected Myra Rivera Vasquez, but she resigned in order to run for Congress. And so the executive committee elected Hannah Cromley, and then you all elected Ralph. You all elected Ralph Prelude as our third vice chair. And they have been doing a dynamic job, y'all. This work, yeah, give them a round of applause. This work doesn't get done just because of me and our dynamic staff, who I also want to make sure I recognize before we get too far in the program. But I wanted to bring our first vice chair up, Representative Roger Kirby, to say a few words. And I want to give all of them an opportunity to talk about what they've done and how they're fighting to get Democrats elected.
Thank you, darling. Good morning, Democrats. Yeah. Hey, it's great to see you. A sea of Democrats. Can't you feel the energy? It is so cool for everybody to be here. We're so excited about what's going on now, where we're going, how we're going to get there. And it's going to be because of you, because of each of you out there pulling together to pull our candidates across the finish line. And Congressman Clyburn, we're fixing to win. Great to be with you. Looking forward to today. You're going to hear a lot from a lot of great candidates. You're going to hear a lot of good things about what's going on in the state. But just please, please, please continue to push, to vote. We're breaking records every day. Let's keep it up. God bless y'all.
Good morning. So to echo one of my fellow delegates from Georgetown who stood and looked back at the back of the room and said, man, this is fun. Isn't it great to be here? So just to let you know some of the things that I've been doing through the year, I've really been encouraging people to sign up as a democracy builder. And if you've not done that, please do so, and please jump on a Zoom. It's very important that we continue this work. I've been encouraging local communities to have house meetings and to start text chains with their friends and people who normally wouldn't come out to a county meeting, or, I mean, let's be honest, not in this room with all of us, but there are very strong and dedicated Democrats out there. I'm so excited to be here today. I'm so excited to see all of y'all. Thank you.
Good morning, Democrats. It is definitely a pleasure to be standing in front of you at another convention. As far as the third vice chair is concerned, we have done well in doing what Madam Chair has asked us, which is recruit the 124. So I'm proud of that. She gave me the reins to do what I need to do, and I did it. So we are proud of that. Now, I also want to say one thing. I am so proud to be a Democrat here in South Carolina, and I hope you are proud to be a Democrat here in South Carolina. And I wanted to say this last night, but we was a little more formal, but I'm going to say it today. As far as South Carolina is concerned, we saw where we pulled together to do what we need to do to make sure that redistricting stopped, okay? But I want Congressman Clyburn to do me a favor. The next time that Goldilocks in D.C. try to do what he did to you, tell him where you're from. And after you tell him where you're from, call him up and tell him, go to hell. Thank you.
Well, I don't know how I follow that. But y'all, we've got an exciting speaker today, but before we get to that point, I wanted to make sure, because we've been talking about it all the time, and we've talked about just what a concerted effort it was for our candidate recruitment. But if you are running for office this year, please, please stand. If you're running for the state house, if you're running for county council, probate judge, whatever else is on the ballot, please stand up and be recognized. Thank y'all so much for your sacrifice. We know that it is definitely a sacrifice, and it's a labor of love to run for office, but we all appreciate you, and we're going to do our absolute best to make sure that you feel supported in this effort, because we always need candidates on the ballot, not just this year. We're going to need candidates next year as well. And I don't think Roger did it, but I wanted to recognize our State House and State Senate members who are here. And we all saw how hard they fought over the last couple of weeks to stop this Republican redistricting. If you're a State House member, a state senator, please stand and be recognized. We got some in the back. Please step to the front so we can acknowledge you and all your hard work. And I'm sure they'll be coming in and out all day long because a lot of them have primaries, so they'll be coming in and out. But thank them when you see them. Please give them their flowers because they really, really bust their behind to try to stop this. So we're forever grateful. But on to our introduction of our speaker. I don't feel like he needs an introduction. Today our speaker is Congressman Ro Khanna of California's Silicon Valley. He has been working hard on the federal level. If you've watched MSNBC or any news, you see him on there fighting to get those Epstein files released, and I think he was pretty successful. But he's also spent a lot of time here in South Carolina working and engaging voters, showing up to be to speak at a lot of our county party events, and we're really grateful for his support. We don't know what he'll do in the future, wink, wink, but we are so glad that he has decided to spend time and energy in investing in South Carolina. So please, please give a warm South Carolina welcome to Congressman Ro Khanna.
Thank you, South Carolina. Please be seated. Thank you. What energy. Let me start by recognizing Jim Clyburn. They say that no one is a prophet in their own land. Now, after the fish fry yesterday, I actually think that statement may not be true. But Mr. Clyburn, if you could stand, because Mr. Clyburn is the greatest member of Congress serving today in the United States Congress. Let's give him a round of applause. And I hear there's someone who is the greatest chair of a state party in this country, and her name is Crystal Spain. Crystal, will you stand up? Thank you for what you have done. And Roger Kirby is a great singer as well. Huh? Thank you, Roger. Look, we meet at very trying times for the country on 250 years of our anniversary. And in some sense, it's appropriate to be gathered in South Carolina, because South Carolina has embodied, since our founding, both the historical failures of this country and its highest ideals. I don't need to tell you the story or the history, but it's not lost on me that you sent a historian like Jim Clyburn to the Congress. Let's think about South Carolina's history. On the failure side, South Carolina was the state that shamefully led the fight to remove the condemnation of slavery from the first draft of the Declaration of Independence. This was the state that saw the first shots fired of the Civil War. This was the state that had 40% of those enslaved in this country that came through the port of Charleston. Now, why do I say this? because we have to understand history so we don't repeat it. But this was also the state that gave us Robert Smalls, who courageously fought so that Lincoln had black soldiers and there could be emancipation. This was also the state that gave us Sarah Mae Fleming, who led the fight before Rosa Parks on segregation with public transportation. And we've seen recently an ugly recidivism in South Carolina, an ugly recidivism where they are stripping the black vote, concerned about the black vote. And let's be plainly concerned that 60% of Democratic primary voters are black. And they did it initiated with a modern Dred Scott court. If the original Dred Scott court took away black Americans' rights of citizenship, the modern day Dred Scott court has taken away black Americans' rights to freely pick their own representatives. That's what's going on in this country. But just like Robert Smalls stood up for black freedom and Reconstruction, just like Sarah Mae Fleming stood up against segregation, all of you in this convention hall, led by Jim Clyburn, led by Crystal Spain, led by Antoine Seawright and Jamie Harrison and Kendall Corley, led by Annie McDaniel, led by black state legislators and state senators, led by students who marched and sat in the Capitol. All of you, like Smalls and Fleming, stood up for freedom. My friends, you are part of the modern civil rights hero, and I say to you, thank you. Thank you for what you did. But we need to now go forward, and we need to campaign against this Supreme Court. We need to campaign against this Dred Scott court. We need to be very clear. Term limits for these Supreme Court justices. 18 years and you're out. We need to be clear. When Democrats have power, we will expand this court from 9 justices to 13 justices. We will do away with the filibuster, and we will finally get the John Lewis Voting Rights Act passed. And no court will stand in the way of voting rights and women's rights and political representation again. I am tired of a Democratic Party that will not fight. We need to fight this court. And I was honored this morning by the women's of South Carolina, partly for standing up for survivors, but partly for leading the fight against Donald Trump. Thomas Massey and I led the fight against the Epstein class to release the Epstein files. And we're going to continue to fight people, wealthy and powerful individuals who do not have the country's interest at stake, who treated these women as dispensable, to stand up and say there is one system of justice in the United States of America. We will not let this Epstein class get away with their crimes. It is unconscionable that this administration is prosecuting Jane Carroll, a sexual assault survivor, instead of prosecuting the men who trafficked these young girls. But I got to tell you something. I was talking to Mr. Clyburn last night, and he said to me, well, what this country is desperate for, what people are desperate for, is vision. Without vision, the people perish. I see young people, and yeah, they say, okay, Ro, thank you for standing up to Donald Trump, but they want something more. They want something deeper. They want a sense of what we can be as America. What comes after Donald Trump? After the Civil War, this country had the Reconstruction. After Hoover crashed the economy, we had the New Deal. After John Lewis was beaten on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, we had LBJ and the Civil Rights Movement. And after George W. Bush, we had Barack Obama. We have a remarkable capacity for self-correction in America. And after Donald Trump, I believe we will have a new moment in this nation, worthy of young people who want to see a multiracial democracy. And I want to just share a few minutes of what I think that vision can be, what that vision can be of America. Because right now we have too much wealth and power in the hands of too few, too much control in the hands of a few people, like in Silicon Valley, where I represent, who control the economy. While many people are wondering, how am I going to pay for gas? How am I going to pay for food? How am I going to pay for rent? A nation cannot survive with islands of prosperity and seas of despair. That is not America. If the first Reconstruction was about abolition and political power, and the second Reconstruction was about civil rights and political rights, the third Reconstruction must be about the economic power and economic success of every American in this country. That's what Bayard Rustin understood. That's what Philip Randolph understood. That's what Dr. King understood with the Freedom Budget, because let me tell you something. Political rights without economic dignity is meaningless. We cannot have equality in this country without economic dignity in this country. And I want to articulate what those economic principles are. First, we need to tax the billionaires in the United States of America. We have 19 billionaires who control 12% of the economy in this country. You can tax them, take it from the guy where all the billionaires live. You can tax them to pay for the health care, child care, and education of ordinary Americans so that everyone will be succeeding. Second, it is time to do what FDR wanted, what Dr. King wanted, what Jesse Jackson wanted, to have health care as a human right and have national health insurance in America, Medicare for all. Third, I want a country where we don't have to have people take out hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt to go to college or trade school. Free public college in America and free trade school in this country. We need a nation where people can make a living wage. How is it possible that you can have all this wealth accumulating with billionaires and people still are making $7.25 in places like South Carolina? It is time to pass a living wage in this country. We need a country where young people can buy a home, the biggest way to wealth. We should make a guarantee to young people just like we do to our veterans. If you work hard and if you play by the rules, we should give you a guarantee that you can get a home by 35. Have the VA like loans and for help with the down payment. And we need to make sure that the AI revolution works for workers, not the tech billionaires. That means no data centers that are taking the water or jacking up electricity and standing up to those data centers that are extracting wealth from the community. And it means taxing the agentic AI more than we tax human workers, and having a jobs program to actually bring jobs to this community and to the country instead of having AI take our jobs. I've worked with Jim Clyburn and Jennifer Clyburn and Angela Clyburn and Mignon Clyburn to create a summit in Claflin where we brought in a lot of the tech companies and we said, we don't want your data centers. We want your capital in South Carolina. We want your jobs in South Carolina. We want your entrepreneurship in South Carolina. We brought NVIDIA and Google and Zoom to give $5,000 scholarships for folks to bring jobs to this area for the wealth generation of the future. If the black community was excluded from the agricultural revolution and the industrial revolution, it cannot be excluded from the AI revolution. We need a new economic vision for America. Let me end on a personal note. You say there's a lot of conversation in our party. Do we move center or do we move left? Did we lose because we didn't say things right? Did we lose because we didn't have the right consultants or the right message? What is it going to be electable? I reject all of that. I think what this country needs is courage. I think what this country needs is principle. I think what this country needs is moral clarity. I think it is time we draw on the traditions of the Black South. They say, Ro, you're a progressive. How are you down in the South? I said, the progressive movement started in the South. The progressive movement started in the South with Rustin and Randolph and King. I'm tired of the militarism in this country. I'm tired of a country that gives foreign aid to Israel while they commit a genocide in Gaza. I'm tired of a country that takes us to Iran and wars in Iran without investing here in our country. I want a Democratic Party that is going to stand against wealth inequality, that is going to stand for the human rights of healthcare, that is going to stand against militarism, that is going to stand against the racism of a court that is depriving rights, that is going to stand for immigrants' rights, that is going to stand for human rights, that is going to stand for an America worthy of her ideals. And if we lead with strength, if we lead with principle, that's how we win anywhere, because deep down I believe in this country. You see, I'm an Indian American. I was never supposed to be on this stage. I was born in Philadelphia, of Hindu faith, in a 99% white community. I had teachers who said, Ro, you can do anything in this country. Little league coaches who said, Ro, you still hit even though you can't hit for anything, and people used to chant, watch the bunt when I got up there. And my Bucks County Courier-Times published my first op-ed. Read this 14-year-old's lips, George. And I thought the President of the United States was going to read the op-ed. Now I write in the New York Times, they still don't read the op-eds. But I was born to believe that anything in this country was possible. And then when I was 21 and I was interning for Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, someone said to me, Ro, you know, you can't get elected to anything. This whole electability thing, you're of Indian origin and you're of Hindu faith, this country is never going to elect you. And I talked to my mom and she said, Ro, your grandfather, Amarnath Vidyalankar, spent 4 years in jail alongside Gandhi. He went to jail in the 1930s. He went to jail in the 1940s. He didn't know whether India would be a free country. But he kept believing and he kept his head down. This is a good country. You keep working. And then Barack Obama happened because of all of you. And I got to go work for President Obama. And I got then elected to represent Silicon Valley, arguably the most consequential economic district in the history of the world. I believe in the American story. I believe deep down we are a people who wants to see a multiracial democracy. I believe deep down we are a people who wants to see the economic success of every community. I believe we're a people who want to see peace, not war, who want to see human rights around the world. And if we have the strength of that conviction, if we draw inspiration from our ancestors, if we honor the sacrifices of people like Mr. Clyburn and others, then I believe our generation, my generation, this generation will lead us to building what Frederick Douglass only dreamed about, a composite nation, a nation beautifully built from people of all parts of the world with all different faiths, all different cultures, together in one, a composite nation, the first multiracial democracy in the history of the world. I believe in that vision. Young people believe in that vision. We will build that America after Donald Trump. It begins here in South Carolina with Jim Clyburn's re-election, with the election of Hakeem Jeffries, the first black speaker, with the defeat of Lindsey Graham, with the victory over the governor at South Carolina. Let's build a new Reconstruction, a new America for the 21st century. Thank you, South Carolina.
That was great. Thank you so much, Congressman Rokana. Thank you for that message. So just an announcement, our Game Changer Lounge, formerly known as the Yellow Dog Lounge, is open. So if you are a game changer, formerly a Yellow Dog, you are free to go into the lounge and get some snacks. And I also want to make an announcement for the folks standing on the side. Can we kind of hold down the noise? The speakers are aimed at the crowd, so I know you guys can't really hear, but they can hear you guys' noise from that side. But I want to invite our Rules and Bylaws co-chairs, Carol Fowler and Cedric Spain, to the podium to kick off our convention rules.
Madam Chair, delegates, on behalf of the Committee on Credentials and Rules, I report that there have been no challenges to the credentials of any, and I move the adoption of the roll of the delegates registered here today as credited delegates to this convention, 1,012. The pending motion is the adoption of the report of the Credentials Rules Committee adopting the roll of the delegates registered here today as their credit delegation to this convention. Are there any amendments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the adoption of the credentials report, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The Credentials Committee is adopted.
Madam Chair and delegates, on behalf of the Committee on Rules and Credentials, I can report that the committee met and adopted proposed rules for the convention. These are the rules we'll operate under today. These have been printed, and there's some copies, I think, out at the registration desk, but you also received them in an email. These are almost identical to the rules under which our conventions have been conducted for many years. On behalf of the committee, I move the adoption of the convention rules as printed. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask the question. All those in favor of adopting the convention rules as printed, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the convention rules are adopted. Madam Chair and delegates, the committee also adopted some changes to the rules of the South Carolina Democratic Party. As our agenda shows, we will consider those changes later in the convention so that we can proceed now to some of our more interesting business. Thank you so much.
All right, moving right along. I would like to invite Kathleen Hughes, the chair of Beaufort County, to come forward. And she will proceed with nominating our convention co-chairs.
Good morning, South Carolina Democrats. My name is Kathleen Hughes, and I proudly serve as chair of the Beaufort County Democratic Party. I stand today to nominate Representative Courtney Waters of Charleston and Senator Jeffrey Graham of Kershaw as co-chairs of this 2026 convention. Helen McFadden of Williamsburg County as parliamentarian, John Holder as secretary, and Kendra Dove as treasurer.
Kendra's in the audience, y'all. All in favor of these nominations, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? No. The ayes have it. Please welcome our convention co-chairs, Representative Courtney Waters and Senator Jeffrey Graham of Newberry, to the podium. All right, y'all got it.
Good morning, everybody. This is such amazing, amazing energy, and we're going to keep us rolling along, and we hope that we can have your help and strong participation as we welcome several more guests to the stage. South Carolina Democrats are getting excited about this upcoming election, and we have some excellent candidates in the building. We know that we had 124 file just in the State House. And that's a big deal. But as this convention proceeds, we'll be hearing from our congressional candidates, and then we'll proceed in alphabetical order from that point. So again, please keep the energy high, because these candidates have been working hard, they've been raising money, they've been doing call time, and they're here to be before you, and they're gonna need your help and your boost as they bring their messages to you.
Good morning, Democrats. It is exciting to see so many folks here today, and one of the things that we get to do is make sure some of the business runs well today. And so today, my first part of my assignment is to to elect a second vice chair. And so in August of 2025, we had the resignation of Maria Vescu. Under the party rules, that term has to be filled, and the 30-day notice had to be given. And one candidate was able to get the credentials into the party, and that is Hannah Crowley. And at this moment, if I hear a motion to elect Hannah by acclamation. We have a motion. Do we have a second? All right, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor, all say aye. All opposed? Hearing none, here she is.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here, for your commitment to our party, and for the work you do every single day in your communities. I'm honored and humbled and deeply grateful for you placing your trust in me to continue to serve in this position. Last night at the Blue Palmetto dinner, Governor Beshear asked us to think about our why. Why are we here? What brings us into this room? My why is that I truly believe that the Democratic Party is the party that cares about people. We are the ones who want to make the world better, not just for us, but for future generations. We stand firmly for women's rights and reproductive freedom, ensuring that women, and not politicians, have the power to make decisions about our own lives. We believe that every area of South Carolina is important, not just the big cities. We are concerned about our rural communities. Their access to health care is disappearing. We believe that every child deserves the best education taught by the best teachers who are valued, appreciated, and paid. These are just a few reasons of why I'm a Democrat. So today I'm asking you to recommit to your why. We must stay present, engaged, and ready to fight for what we believe in. Every county matters, every voter matters, and every community matters. I'm committed to walk and work alongside you. Together we can build a stronger party, elect more Democrats up and down the ballot, and build a South Carolina that works for every person. Thank you for the opportunity to continue to serve.
So when they asked us to co-chair this event, they wanted to make sure that we could follow the rules. And so as you know, rules are extremely important. And we found that out over the last couple of weeks in the State House and in the Senate. The rules matter. Knowing the rules can make the biggest difference in our lives. And so today, I have the unfortunate part to enforce the rule of time. So candidates, as you get up here, you do have 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes. So when that timer goes off, we will start walking towards the mic. So unfortunately,
2 minutes.
I apologize. We'll get it right. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And so as we start walking up, candidates, please wrap it up.
Thank you, Senator Graham. We're going to welcome our first congressional candidate. This woman is running for Congress in District 1, Francina Dantzler. Francina, if you're coming this way, if you can wave your hand so we know you're coming. I don't think those hands were for me, so we're going to move along. The next candidate from Congressional District 1 is Mac DeFord.
And if all the congressional candidates would start making their way over here so we can continue to make this as timely as possible. 2 minutes as soon as you hit the mic.
All right. Good morning, South Carolina Democrats. I'm Mac DeFord. I'm a U.S. Coast Guard veteran, public servant, and I'm the Democrat who's going to replace Nancy Mace in November. In the weeks leading up to last Tuesday, House and Senate Democrats here in South Carolina held the line, and they put Trump on notice that he's not going to meddle in our elections. And then on Tuesday, over 55,000 South Carolinians, including so many of you, enforced that notice and told Donald Trump that he's not touching our congressional lines. Now for the first congressional district, let's see you. Stand up. We're putting House Republicans on notice that we're going to flip the first congressional district in November. And we will have a representative who cares about your housing, your health care, your cost of living, your roads, your schools, and stopping ICE from terrorizing our communities like they did in Beaufort yesterday. I'm Mac DeFord, and I'm asking for your support for the primary and in November. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. I know Senator Graham appreciates you being right on the money. Our next speaker is candidate Max Diaz.
Hey everyone, good morning. My name's Max Diaz. I'm an airplane mechanic from Hanahan, South Carolina. And a little bit of an unconventional background story, I know. What drove me to run for office is ultimately a conviction. And it's a conviction that has only been strengthened as I've campaigned and talked to people all across my district, left, right, and center. And it's this. It is that the progressive message is not only the necessary message that brings us what we need, it is the winning message. Because Because as I go across the district, people understand, working people of every persuasion understand viscerally this. And it is that we are in a very real struggle between the people at the very, very top and the rest of us here at the bottom who work for a living. It is that we have a class of people, a class of billionaires and corporations who buy off our politicians, cannibalize our public institutions, and ultimately control the media and drive us against each other with hate and division. Also that they can use us and our planet as vessels for profit and nothing more than resources for extraction. We are the wealthiest country in the history of the planet. Things like universal health care, functional education systems, an economy that does not destroy the planet and run exclusively on fossil fuels. These are all entirely achievable, doable things. We only have to make sure that we are the ones making the decisions, that we working people are the ones in charge, and that we stand up and say that our lives and our planet are more important than billionaire profits. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Max. Our next speaker is Ben Frazier. Seeing no Ben, we'll keep rolling, and our next speaker is Matthew Fulmer.
Wow, hello everyone, how you doing? Awesome. My name's Matt Fulmer. I'm out of Hilton Head. I'm a waiter, and what that means is I know the America most people know. I work with people that would rather live out of their cars than pay current rent prices. I work with people that can see corporations continue to make record-setting profits, even while most of us have to sacrifice the most important moments of our lives. If it's the ability to retire or the ability to start a family. And I'm here because we know it doesn't have to be that way. What I really want to ask y'all is how many people have seen the impossible become reality? How many slaves saw the end of slavery? How many women got to cast a vote for the first time after decades of not being able to? And what did it take them to get there? The greatest movements of our time don't wait for someone else to make them politically viable. They make themselves politically viable. They come together and they organize and they fought for what they believe in at every single possible opportunity with every single thing that they have. And it's going to have to be the same way for us as we build the future that we believe in. That's a future where America takes care of its most vulnerable with universal payment plans in healthcare, in childcare, and in advanced education. That's a future that has a democracy where your politicians care more about their voters than their donors. And it's an economy that works for working people, because we can tax the wealthiest Americans and reinvest in everybody else. And if anyone thinks this is a journey South Carolina can't go on, if this is a vision for New York or California, the greatest movements of our time weren't for anywhere else. They were right here. This is the journey we have to walk to build the America that we want to be. So I hope you come on this journey with me. Thank you very much, y'all. My name's Matt. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have for Congressional District 1, Nancy LaCour.
Good morning. I'm Admiral Nancy LaCour. I served in the Navy for 35 years. I've been married for 30 years, raised 6 children. Started as a helicopter pilot, finished as a 3-star admiral. People often want to know, how did you do that? How did you succeed in the military and raise 6 children? I did that because my reproductive freedom was guaranteed by Roe v. Wade. And I will fight to ensure that my 5 daughters and every woman in the United States has those same freedoms that I enjoyed, and it enabled my success. As a 3-star admiral, I was placed in charge of leading the Navy Reserve, 60,000 sailors around the world, folks who leave their families, their jobs, and their lives to answer the nation's call in times of crisis. It was a professional honor of my lifetime. And last summer, I was removed from that position by Pete Hegseth. Not because I did anything wrong, but because I did everything right. And an hour later, I walked out of the Pentagon with my head held high and my integrity intact. I'm running for Congress because I'm not done serving yet. This first district deserves a representative who understands D.C. and can make D.C. work for the first district, and that's me. I've already navigated D.C., I've navigated the Pentagon, I've navigated Congress, I fought for funding, fought for policy change, fought for my 60,000 sailors, and I will fight for everybody in the first district of South Carolina, the whole state of South Carolina, and the United States of America.
Thank you, Nancy. Our final speaker for District 1 is Maya Rivera Vasquez.
Hola, buenos días. Good morning. I'm speaking here because if I stand here, nobody's going to see me. My name is Mayra Rivera Vasquez, and the Low Country deserves a fighter, an experienced leader who knows how to deliver results. I'm a mom. I'm a veteran's wife. I served for 20 years as a public servant and a nonprofit advisor. I bring the experience in economy, law, and international trade. I know how to use that experience and turn policy into real results for the people of the Low Country. Working hard is no longer working for the families. We need to build a new American dream that increase the minimum wage, that provide universal daycare, that fully fund public schools and expand to universal pre-K, that protect the Social Security and protect the Medicare, that protect our borders, but also build a respectful and fair immigration reform. We're gonna break the ice, and we're gonna melt that ice, because no agency is above the law. We're gonna be defending women's voting rights and our voting rights, constitutional voting rights. I'm running not for power, I'm running for purpose. I'm running to honor those that march, that pray, that organize, bled, and even die so we could have voting rights. I'm running to honor those that opened the door of democracy. So today, a Latina is standing here and being your representative. So if you believe that we deserve a better future, if you believe that the Low Country deserves a strong voice and a fighter in Washington, stand with me, fight with me. Let's build this new American dream that works for every South Carolinian that could dream big and live with dignity. Muchas gracias. Dios los bendiga.
Thank you for the excitement that is definitely in this room. So we all know that events like this cost a lot of money. We all know the activities that we do take dollars and cents. And so right at this moment, I'm going to ask our Executive Director, Jay Parmley, to come forward. But remember, the Republicans, when they have an event like this, they require their members to pay to show up. They require them to walk in the door. As Democrats, we know we stand together, and when we stand together, and so we ask today that if you are willing and able to help us support the efforts of today's convention and the activities that we put on throughout the year. Jay's going to explain how this is going to work, but again, thank you all for being present. Thank you for your continued support, and we look forward to the continued financial support as we move forward. Thank you.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I don't have much of a voice, which I know is a real shame, but I'm going to say a little bit. I'm going to let Kendra say a little bit. Y'all, I just want you to know that because of the great success of the Blue Palmetto dinner last night, and because of the generosity of a lot of these potential 2028 presidential candidates that are working hard to raise money, and because of this fight we've been in on redistricting, that we have raised enough money in the last 2 weeks that we can pay the operational costs of the state party through December. But here's the deal. Every dollar we raise now, we're going to spend on helping our candidates win in November. Every penny. But let me implore you one more time, just so you know, this convention costs us about $35,000 out of our operational budget. Every chair you're sitting in costs $2. If you wonder why I'm so adamant about the chairs, it's because it's $2 for every chair. And some of you are, well, no, you're all worth $2, but I have to think long and hard about it. So please, it makes a big difference. Please help. There's a barcode, I think, a code we're putting on, QR code, not a barcode, that we can put on the screen too, that you can contribute if you don't have money. But I want to recognize our fabulous state party treasurer. She's also the treasurer for Richland County, and she's running unopposed for her second term. Kendra Dove.
Good morning, Democrats. As Jay said, we're so happy to have each and every one of you here. We're excited. Now is giving time. Can I have Representative J.A. Moore join me on stage? It's Representative Moore. So today we need you to give from your heart. I need you to dig deep. As Jay said, I am the treasurer of Richland County, so I can issue some delinquent tax notices. And that tax notices today is your payment that you're going to give us toward funding the South Carolina Democratic Party. So right now, please don't let me have to come back up and do another appeal. Let's dig deep. So if you were thinking about giving 5, I need you to give 50. If you were thinking about giving 10, I need you to give 100. So dig deep. Like Jay said, it costs for us to be here today. But I know we're going to pull together so that we can make sure that our record number continues, that we are pulling out people to vote, and that's what the party is going to help these candidates get people to the polls. So please dig deep right now. So everybody with buckets are passing them. The QR code is on the screen. Please utilize that. We appreciate each and every one of you who've taken time out to be here. But right now, we need the dollars. Dig deep. Dig deep. Thank you, Democrats.
Okay. Thank you very much. The code will be on the screen momentarily. And as we're passing the hat, we know we want to keep this show rolling, but please consider giving, because everything starts in this room. Whatever we do in this room will cascade down and out far and wide to the rest of the state. So please keep that in mind as the bucket is going around. We're going to move and shift into Congressional District 2, and we're going to invite Zion Khalifa to the stage.
Good morning, South Carolina. How are y'all? My name is Zion Khalifa, and the first thing I want to do is thank you for putting up a stand and going against this redistricting, coming out in record numbers, and fighting back against the regime that we're fighting right now. Thank you, the voters who use your voice to ensure that we can continue this race correctly. So they ask me often, why are you running? And I'm running for a lot of reasons. But some of those reasons are because you deserve better. You deserve somebody who's going to fight for you. You deserve to afford your groceries. You deserve to afford your gas. And nobody should have their pain weaponized and profited off of by corporations. You deserve health care. You deserve to be taken care of. These things are what you deserve. And we need somebody who is willing to listen, lead, and understand what we deserve and what we need in our lives. Currently, we have Joe Wilson. We all know the name. He's been here since 2001. And if y'all don't know, I was born in 2001. So when we think about it, things have been the same. Things have been the same. I've been here, y'all have been here, things haven't changed. And it's time for a change. It's time for new leadership. It's time for new candidates to actually get in this arena against these other titans to ensure that we can get something done here. It's time to ensure that we can get somebody who is there who will fight for you, who will think about you, who will listen to you. And that's why I'm running, and I'm ready to be a representative come November. Make sure you vote for me. My name is Zion Khalifa.
Thank you, Zion. Our next Congressional District 2 candidate is Roger Pruitt.
Good morning, South Carolina Democrats. I am Roger Pruitt, and I am running for South Carolina's 2nd Congressional District, and I am going to send Joe Wilson away from Washington back to Springdale. So, I am a bankruptcy attorney, and I see that our economy is crumbling. Too many of my clients have medical issues, as we all do. Too many of my clients have student loan issues, as we all do. Medical health care should be a right, not a privilege. When I go to Congress and I work with Representative Clyburn, I will make that a right. Student loans should not burden us. Education should be free. Public education should be free. Trade schools should be free. Two-year education should be free. And your bachelor's degree should be free. But not all people may want to go to college. I want to institute apprenticeship programs where we can have people go and learn a trade from the people that know what they're doing, your plumbers, your carpenters. But not just that. I'm a lawyer. I'm an attorney. I will have people come in and learn how to be a paralegal with me. I also am an educator. I am a professor at South Carolina State University, and I teach business law there. I see hope and desire in my students' eyes, and all they ask for is opportunity. That's what I want to give to all of our young people, opportunity, because every young person that I talk to, I see that hope. I see it every day, but they don't know what to do with that hope. I want to give them the opportunity to become and have home ownership, to make better than minimum wage. Minimum wage, imagine, when I was getting my first job at 17, minimum wage was $3.25. So I am Roger Pruitt with Orangeburg County, Batesburg, or Barnwell, Aiken, Richland County, and Lexington County. I will win the primary, and I will win the election against Joe Wilson. Vote for me on June 9th. Vote for me in November. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll have Daniel Sharif. Well, that rounds out our candidates for Congressional District 2. Oh. David? Oh, I apologize. We do have one more. Next, we have David Robinson for Congressional District 2.
South Carolina Democrats, I'm back. I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for getting rid of that gerrymandering, that redistricting of our maps. It's because of you that we're right here today celebrating. I know that when I ran in 2024, we was talking about the prices of eggs. Can you remember that? But now it's about the price of the groceries, the whole bag. It's about the cost of our health care. We don't have it. It's a cause about the people in Barnwell right now who do not have a hospital to go to. It's about people like me who want to make a change. It's like people like you that has faith. And faith is an action word, and we went out there and we did something. And we're going to continue to do something. We're going to continue to fight for our most vulnerable population in our district. We're going to fight for our health care. We're going to fight for our veterans like myself who are in desperate need to make sure that we're not privatizing our VA system. We're going to look out for our Social Security. We're going to make sure that we're bringing federal dollars into our state and it's going exactly where it was intended to go. That's the reason why I'm running, because I believe in you. I believe in every last one of you in this district. I will continue to fight. I am doing the work now. I'm not going to stop doing the work, but I need you to join in with me as we fight together. My name is David Robinson. I'm going to run against Joe Wilson. We're going to retire Joe Wilson and send him packing, because we're not going to have legislation that is putting the president on a useless $250 bill when we do not have the things we need in our state. So thank you so much.
Thank you, David, for your words and for your service. We're going to keep rolling to Congressional District 3 with Eunice Lamacher.
Good morning, Democrats. I'm Eunice Lamacher, running for Congressional District 3. I look around the world today, and this is not the future I dreamed of. Is it yours? What if we could get to that future and it wasn't out of reach? What if we got it right? Instead of government cuts and rising prices for childcare, health care, college, and housing, what if we chose more rural hospitals and doctors? What if we had affordable housing and childcare and health care? What if we were feeding more of our school children from the neighboring farms? Instead of bowing down to billionaires, what if we had them pay their fair share? Instead of bullies, bigots, and felons running things, what if the people on this stage were the ones leading our country? And those new leaders followed the Constitution, got us out of this unwise and unjust war, and restored trust to America. Instead of those rising costs for electricity you have every year, what if we built more renewable energy that brought down your costs? Instead of the fires, floods, and record-breaking heat, what if we planted more forests and invested in policies that protected nature, not just for us, but for the next 7 generations? We have those technologies already. What if we chose to use them? What if instead of so few women in Congress, 28%, we elected a Congress that looks like America? I have a strong ground game, already 50 volunteers and 250 donors and counting. Meet me at my table in the back and talk to Eunice Lamacher about the future you want.
Thank you. Our next candidate for Congressional District 3 is Dr. Ernest Mackins.
Hello, Democrats. How you doing? Get loud, Democrats. We can do this. My name is Dr. Ernest E. Mackins. I am your candidate for U.S. House District 3 or Congressional District 3, whichever way you want to say it. I'm proud to be a Democrat. See, this is what they want. Let me just be honest with you. They want us to be silent. They want us to be quiet. When we get to Washington, D.C., we don't need nobody sitting in a corner. We need to be able to speak up and talk for the American people. Yes, I'm a U.S. Army veteran. Yes, I have served as a teacher, educator, community leader. But most importantly, I need your help to get to Washington, D.C. And the reason that I want to go to Washington, D.C. is simply this. We need to start with affordability. Families can't afford to do anything. We need to get people so that they are able to pay for groceries, medication, and we definitely need to fight for universal health care. But you know what? All those things are good. But then I stopped, and then I slowed down. And then I looked at the Supreme Court gutting the Voting Rights Act. Everybody in this room need to be standing up fighting for voting rights. Because right now, they're coming after black folk. And once they get done with black folk, did you hear what that man said in Texas? He said, then he coming after the women. We all need to be standing up and fighting. Then we need to have accountability in Washington, D.C. We don't just need to impeach the people. We need to remove them from office. They all need to be gone. And we need to put term limits on the Supreme Court. And then finally, but last but not least, I am here. My why is because I was an 11-year-old boy. I was an 11-year-old boy, and the Ku Klux Klan burned 3 crosses in my yard. We are headed back in that direction. We don't need to go there. We need to turn America around. Let's live the American dream. Let's give people jobs. Let's give them a decent living. Let's stop all this other stuff. If you want to learn more about Dr. Mackins and you want to help my campaign, go to MackinsForUSHouse.com. MackinsForUSHouse.com. Look me up. Back your voice and be heard.
All right, let's keep this energy going as we welcome our congressional candidate for District 4, Courtney McLean.
Hello, South Carolina. My name is Courtney McLean, and I am the Democratic nominee that is going to flip the 4th Congressional District this November. My message is to elevate the upstate for all of us and not just a few by bringing down the cost of living and increasing affordability. We need to build homes that people can afford. We need to focus on stopping data centers from coming into our communities. We need to make sure that we are treating healthcare as a right and not as a business. I am the first Black woman to ever get this nomination, and I am the youngest congressional candidate in South Carolina. If you know me, then you know that I am a fighter, bringing national attention to South Carolina and challenging the good old boy system head on. South Carolina, we are the state that fought back against redistricting and won. We are breaking records at the polls. We have momentum across the state. We are in a new era of South Carolina politics. Give South Carolina candidates a chance, and I promise you, we will be the next state with double-digit flips and a blue wave coming into our state. So again, my name is Courtney McLean. I'm running for South Carolina's 4th Congressional District to represent Greenville and Spartanburg in the United States House of Representatives. Thank you.
I know y'all can feel the energy in the room. And so one of the reminders for all of us, I know Democrats, when we get together, we like to talk a lot. And so we're getting a lot of chatter on the side, and so a lot of the folks can't hear the speakers. And in the back. So please, if you're going to have side conversations, which we love, and we know that's how things get done. So continue those conversations. If you can go on the other side of that fence there, that would be wonderful. But again, thank you all for being present today. So one of the things that is extremely important about South Carolina is when you have a congressman that cares about what is going on, not only on the national level, but he cares about what's happening in each of our counties. He cares about what's going on in all of our towns and our communities. And when you have somebody that is that passionate about what's going on, you know that we are proud of our Congressman, James Clyburn. Let's give him a round of applause. So at this time, we're going to move on to the Senate candidates. We have a special presentation later from our Congressman Clyburn. But at this time, the Senate candidates for U.S. Senate would come forward to behind the screen, and we'll get started on the U.S. Senate candidates. Let's give them a minute to get here.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, we're going to continue with congressional. Okay. Excuse us, we're actually going to continue with our congressional districts first. No? Understood. Okay. So we are, I was a high school English teacher, so sometimes we monitor and adjust, and we're doing a little bit of that today. We are not gonna forget our congressional candidates. We will come back to them, so know that you will get to hear from your favorite candidates. But right now, we're going to shift to our Senate for just a few moments, and we're gonna begin with Dr. Annie Andrews.
Hello, South Carolina Democrats. I am Dr. Annie Andrews. And I would very, very much like to be your next U.S. Senator. I am a mom, I am a pediatrician, and I am laser focused on my mission to end the decades-long career of warmonger/swamp creature Lindsey Graham. And I am up here today with these kids because I am in this race for these kids. Every parent and grandparent out there understands that I mean it when I say I would literally walk through fire for my children. And if I can walk through fire for my children, I can certainly take on Lindsey Graham for my children. Every single vote I take when I get to Washington, D.C. will be on the side that benefits America's children. Yesterday, a reporter asked Lindsey Graham what he thought of me, and he described me as a nice, attractive lady with a couple of kids. But first of all, I won't argue that I'm nice and I'm attractive, but I'm also literally a doctor, and I have 3 children. He also told the reporter he doesn't know what I believe in. Let me tell you what I believe in. I believe that healthcare is a human right. I believe that we need to fully fund the Medicaid program. I believe we need to protect Medicare. I believe we need to take bold action to address climate change. I believe we need to lower the cost of gas and groceries and healthcare and housing. I believe we need to root out the corruption that is degrading American democracy. I believe we need to end partisan gerrymandering. I believe we need to get dark money out of politics and end Citizens United. I believe we need to pass term limits, and I believe we need to ban members of Congress from trading stock. And I believe that we must restore a woman's right to make healthcare decisions about her own body. South Carolina Democrats had something to say this week. And let me tell you, the entire country listened. We can ride this momentum through June 9th, and then on November 3rd, together, we can make political history. Together, we can turn the page on this moment in American history. We can start the new chapter of American democracy. We must do it together. DrAnnieAndrews.com. Let's flip South Carolina blue, y'all.
Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking it.
All right, Jaleesa, it was his show at this point, and you were supposed to leave him right there. Our next candidate for U.S. Senate is Brandon Brown.
Hello, Democrats. I am Brandon Brown. I've been vice president of 3 HBCUs, the chief deputy tax commissioner over in Savannah. My family's in small business. We own 2 funeral homes in Greenville and Spartanburg. And I rise today to let you know that I will be sending Lindsey Graham home. If you want a candidate that's going to go toe-to-toe with Lindsey Graham, because Democrats believe in debating, Democrats believe in having town hall meetings, and Democrats believe in taking care of people and not taking food off the table or not causing these gas prices. So I'm in this fight to march to November to send Lindsey Graham home. And I am here to tell you that you need to get down with Brown because Brown won't let you down. We will fight to stop the new modern Ku Klux Klan called ICE. We will fight to go into rural communities to make sure that they have the infrastructure. And like my friend Joe Biden did, we will roll back some of the student loan debt that's crippling our young adults. We need to come together as Democrats and call for a new Jubilee. And that Jubilee in 1966 in King Street, South Carolina, Dr. Martin Luther King said that we need to have a march to the poll. So I rise today to ask you to join me in this effort. Repeat after me. Send Lindsey home. Thank you, and I look forward to earning your vote.
All right, I don't know if we're in South Carolina or New Orleans but I'm feeling good. And we're going to have our final senatorial candidate, Kyle Freeman, come to the stage.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle Freeman, and I am running to be your next senator and send Lindsey Graham home. Apparently, my speech is going to be the most boring one because I didn't bring a band or a giant group of people with me. But I do have an undying and unyielding desire to help the people of South Carolina. I believe that Paul Wellstone was correct when he said politics is about improving people's lives. And I feel like we've strayed away from that for far too long. I've pledged to never lie at any point during my entire political career, and I've never been tempted once to break that promise. So right now, we are at a pivot point, not just in this country, but within this party, about what this future is going to look like. There are many different futures ahead of us. Many of them are much darker than what we've been experiencing now. But because you all show up, because you all got involved, because you all had record-breaking numbers on day one in the voting, we are pushing closer and closer to that brighter future. So in November, when we send Lindsey Graham home and we send a message to everybody in D.C. that Trump can no longer protect them, that will be the first domino that leads to the end of the Trump regime, and that's something that you all did. When we overturn Citizens United and we get big corporate money out of our politics, that's something you all did. When we make the phrase homeless veteran a thing of the past, that's something that you all did. Every single time we push the ball further up the hill, every single life we save and life we improve is something that you did, because what it takes to make the future something that is worth living is the honest, hardworking, and dedication of people not pounding on closed doors day after day and grinding away until they get a result.
And that's what you're doing here today. And that's what you're going to do in November when you send me to the DC and Lindsey Graham home. Thank you all, South Carolina. Keep up the fight.
So I was speaking earlier about our Congressman, James Clyburn, and the amount of impact that he has had on the great state of South Carolina. Growing up in Kershaw County in Camden, our Congressman went to school in Camden. Our Congressman grew up in rural South Carolina in Sumter, part of the heart of Carolina, and the part of the district that I get to represent. But without the Congressman believing in young people, without the Congressman believing you have to build a better party, not without our Congressman believing that we have to raise and encourage and inspire others to be somebody, our Congressman has continued to do that, fighting around the nation. But he did not forget about South Carolina. He did not forget about us. He said, we're going to start this organization that invests in our future. And so, Congressman, if you come forward, I think you've got a few folks that we need to recognize today. Our Congressman, please stand for our Congressman, Jim Clyburn.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that we can consolidate some time, I am going to share my moments. They got to give me more than 2 minutes because we have to do some penning. Many of you may know that for the last 11 years, I have been funding through our party a fellowship. We select 40 to 50, some young, some not so young people to introduce them to South Carolina politics. And every year during the convention, we pin them for having completed that 1 year fellowship. And today, we are doing 2 classes. So I am going to start that process, get them pinned, and I will close the process with a few comments.
Stand right over here, sir. Would the 2025 and 2026 Clyburn Fellows assemble themselves quickly right here? I see most of them. Crystal. So as the Congressman said, we just completed our 11th class of Clyburn Fellows. In 11 years, over 400 people have been selected and completed the Clyburn Fellowship. We are the only state party in the nation that has a fellowship program like this. And so today, I would like to introduce you first to the class of 2025. And I'm going to read all of their names, even if they're not here, so you can know because who was a part of that 2025 class. So the class of 2025, Talia Atkins from Richland County. I need to get out of the way. Okay, we're going to picture. Where's the handheld? I need a handheld. Where's the handheld? Kennedy Bates from Fairfield County. Mark Brigman, Calhoun County. R.J. Catanzaro from Horry County. Devin Clay, Oconee County. Courtney Cooper Davis from Orangeburg County. Is Courtney here? Bajaya Edie from Greenville County. Is she here? Okay. The one and only Angela Edwards from Spartanburg County. Kate Flores from Charleston County. Is Kate with us today? Kim Guy. Kim is from McCormick County. Cayenne Jones from Richland County. Kiara Jones Walker from Richland County. Kenneth Murphy from Charleston. Timothy O'Shea from Florence County. Alprecia Presley from Williamsburg County. Anna Ramirez from Beaufort County. Ambrose Ravenel from Berkeley County. Candace Shutt from Oconee County. The most honorable state representative, Keyshawn Scott from Lee County. Adam Stryker from Beaufort, and I believe he was unable to attend. Monica White from York County. Robert Williams from Union County. And the final member of the 2025 Clyburn Fellowship is Victoria Wills Miller from Greenwood County. Oh, I didn't get you. Oh, I skipped over you. I don't know how I did that. She's a county chair too. Jessica Beasley from Abbeville County. Oh, Kyan finally came. Okay, get up here.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now for the 2026 class. Class 11, Michael Bailey from Marlboro County. Tamar Black from Richland County. Sydney Van Bulk from Charleston County. Jack Burnish from Florence County. Candace Caldwell from Orangeburg County. Precious Carson from Calhoun County. Yokima Curriton from Lancaster County. Eduardo Curry II from Charleston County.
Thank you.
Lisa Davey from Sumter County. Daryl Diggs, Chester County. Good to see you. Xenia Gant from Richland County. Garrett Gibson, Spartanburg County. Annette Jessam, Beaufort County. Tracy Lee, Lexington County. Melissa Lucas, Horry County. Alana Marshall from Beaufort County. Antonio McFarland, Darlington County. Mayor Marcus McGirt, Dillon County. Anthony Million from Spartanburg County. Alicia Moore from Bamberg County. Charles Morris from Greenville County. Jaquarius Norman from York County. It's fine. Darius Pickett from Marion County. And I don't believe she's with us, but Joanna Reese from Greenville County. Carrie Singleton from Williamsburg County. Josue Sosa Perez from Colleton County. Ashley Stewart from Richland County. And the final member of the 2026 Clyburn Fellows, Mishanna Tate from Lawrence County. The 2026 class, all come on stage very quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2026 Clyburn Fellows. These are your 2020. There is a recording of me saying you're the best class ever, but y'all, I tell all of them that. Jump up in here, get a group picture, squeeze in. You guys have done this a million times. Good. 2020. Y'all just. Okay, y'all. Are you finished? Oh, come on. You're the official photographer. Get it right. Smile. Are we good? You guys are good. Now we got to hurry up, get off quick. We got the 2025. And now we'll bring the 2025 class up for a group photo. The best taking a picture before, then we had to get the jokes first. All right. Now, we'll see if the 2025 class can get up here quicker. All right, y'all, let's go. Shame on right over you, I know.
You know you did that backwards. How you put 2026? You're gonna take the best for last, right? Come on.
Couple more go down there. Get him. Jump right in there. You gotta squeeze in.
We don't have to.
Hey.
Everybody smile. Hey, can you step back just a little bit? All right, smile, everybody. This is official.
Benjamin, you gotta move entirely. Just keep going.
Are we good? The 2025 Clyburn Fellows.
Let me once again thank all of the 2025 and 2026 classes for the tremendous commitment that they are making to the future of our great state. Now, I'm scheduled to come back up here later, but I'm not going to. I just want to say a couple of things at the moment and hopefully help to expedite the rest of the time. The first thing I want to say is congratulations to all of you. Now, I don't know how many of you have been following this, but up until this week, or was it this week, the highest number of voters on a single day of early voting was 23,000. Last Tuesday, 56,000. And then on Wednesday, 34,000. On Thursday, 29,000. In 3 days, 120,000 people voted. Now, that means, I have not gotten a report for yesterday yet. That means that what happened on Tuesday, right around noon, surprised a lot of people, except for those people who were keeping tracks of the vote, because that 23,000 record was broken at 11:30 a.m. Tuesday morning. And I was standing in No Name Deli with a young man who had been over at the State House. And he said to me, when the reports came in as to how people were voting, now Senator Graham may have been there. He said to me, I'm going back over there because we're now in a 30-minute recess. But he says, ain't nothing gonna happen with this redistricting because everybody has seen the voting that has taken place. So because of you, the entire narrative changed on Tuesday. And if that momentum keeps up and carries through November, the morning after the November elections, there will be a new narrative on redistricting in the United States of America. Some of, in fact, the gentleman who is reputed to be the most conservative in the Senate said on the day of the election he would not violate his conscience by rejecting votes that have been cast. I spoke with that gentleman on Wednesday, the day after, and he said to me, aside from all the other issues, I will not contradict the votes of my constituents. So what I'm telling you today is we've got to keep this momentum going right down through the general election. Now, I just want you to think about a couple of things. Number one, which one of you would have predicted that the state of Georgia in the same election would have sent 2 United States senators to represent the state in Washington, one, the first ever African American, and the other, the first ever Jewish American, both on the same day? Not a single one of us with we used to call it a plug nickel. Not a single one of us would have bet a dime that that would occur. Now, if that can happen in Georgia, it could happen here in South Carolina. We can elect a new United States Senator. We can elect a Democratic governor of South Carolina. We can expand Democratic presence among the 7 congressional districts this year. All we've got to do is keep up the momentum that got started on Tuesday and carry that through November. So I stand today to congratulate all of you on what you ignited on Tuesday and plead with each and every one of you to make yourselves committees of one. Contact as many people as you possibly can. I can tell you, when you contact people, they respond. We have been too quiet. We have been too passive. All of y'all know I was born and raised in the parsonage. I believe in prayer. But the scripture tells us there in the 2nd chapter of James, my favorite book of the Bible, not so much because of my name. It's a short book, 5 chapters. You can read it in one setting and think you've done something. There in the 2nd chapter of James, we are given some instructions about prayer. Those of you who may not have researched the scripture the way I have, I never went to the seminary, but I know what made James write that epistle. When people had a disagreement as to what was required of them to fulfill their faith, some people thought all they needed to do was keep their relationship with their God Almighty, and it had nobody else, was nobody else's business. James felt differently. So James wrote in that epistle, there in the 2nd chapter, if your brother or sister comes to you hungry or naked, it's not enough to pray for them. You got to feed them. You got to clothe them. Because faith, once again, prayer without works is dead. So pray every day for good health and strength. And then let's work every day to elect compassionate, concerned, accountable Democrats to office in South Carolina so we can make God's work happen here on earth. Thank you and Godspeed.
So I guess we're skipping to the financial report. You want to introduce it? Are we skipping through? Okay. Thank you so much for those words, Congressman Clyburn. You all heard it. We've got work to do. But before we continue, we're going to have a financial report. You ready? From Kendra, our treasurer.
Good morning once again. We want to thank you for your financial support today. Currently, we are at $7,867.15. That's good, but we need a little more. We need a little more. Representative Moore, tell them how much more we need.
South Carolina Democrats, how we doing? I hadn't been up here in 7 years. Y'all gonna have to do a little bit better than that. South Carolina Democrats, how we doing? Where are we at again? 7,800 and something. I'm about to get my $200 now so we get to 8,000. Let me get my money right now. So South Carolina Democrats, we need to get to 10,000. Are y'all ready for that? We're at 8,000 now, so we need $2 more thousand. I'm gonna say this real quick, South Carolina Democrats. The last time I spoke in front of y'all, that was 7 years ago. And a lot has happened in 7 years. A lot has happened. My opponent that I ran against and I beat, talked about how women were the weaker vessel. Boo! What's happened since then is we elected Kamala Harris to be our vice president. Y'all can clap for that. And twice in 7 years, Congressman Jim Clyburn has saved this nation. So South Carolina Democrats, I'm not going to say lock the doors, but let's make sure we get to where we need to get to, because we cannot have some guy from Queens, New York, telling South Carolina what to do. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you so much, J.A. We're going to continue hearing from our candidates. We're going to circle back to our congressional candidates. Now, you have, I was going to say one job, but your first job is to get us to $10,000. So if you can give a little bit more, please do. The second job you have, you might have heard all the hoopla back here when the Clyburn Fellows were behind the curtain, and there was a little class rivalry going on. Class of 2025, class of 2026, and I'm sorry, but class of 2026, they kind of took it, okay? They were the livest class, okay, Sydney? But here's the thing, your second job is throughout the rest of this procession, the rest of this service, we need you to match the class of 2026 Clyburn Fellow energy, okay? Okay, y'all are not doing well. You are not doing well. So I'm going to prompt you again, and now you know what's coming, so you really got to talk back. The class of 2026 Clyburn Fellows energy was unmatched back here, and your second job is to continue matching their energy for the rest of today, right? Okay. All right, so we're going into Congressional District 5, and we're going to start with Andrew Clow.
Hello, how's everybody doing today? My name is Andrew Clough, and I'm running for United States Congress, District 5, to replace Ralph Norman. Basically, before I talk about myself, I'd like to say a little bit about my wife. My wife, I couldn't do this without her. She's an immigrant from Mexico. She's been here for 25 years. She's raised 4 wonderful children, one in the U.S. Army based out of Fort Jackson. And yet, I still might lose her. Not because she's a bad person, she works hard, pays taxes, but because our immigration system is messed up. We need to fix our immigration system. We don't need a bunch of masked men running around, rounding up children, rounding up people who are sick, separating families, and taking away our hard workers that do the jobs that Americans don't want to do. But a little bit about myself. Thank you. A little bit about myself, I'm a union member. I load planes for a living. I was just endorsed by the South Carolina AFL-CIO. Thank you. I pull double shifts. I live paycheck to paycheck, and I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like with the high gas prices, the high cost of groceries, the paying medical bills. You know, we need people up there who are actually going to fix this and not showboat around Congress. People who show up in the district, people who fight for the people, and people who listen to the people. We need to do away with insider trading in Congress. We need term limits. You're not supposed to get wealthy off it. You're supposed to fight for the people. You're supposed to be a servant to the people. And in closing, my name is Andrew Clough. Enough is enough. Vote for Clough.
All right, our next candidate for Congressional District 5 is Mallory Dittmeyer.
Hello, South Carolina Democrats. My name is Mallory Dittmer, and we will replace Ralph Norman in Congress this year. In fact, we're going to retire Ralph Norman this year. Yes. So a little bit about me. I have been running campaigns in York County where I live for the last 4 years. We have been beating MAGA and Moms for Liberty and Freedom Caucus out in York County. Shout out, York County. And we're going to do it again this fall because guess what? If you voted already in the primary, can you please make some noise? That is amazing. I hope you all feel the historic moment that we are in right now. The people have spoken, and it worked. Everyone getting out, and it wasn't just candidates talking about this. I had NAACP sending emails. Planned Parenthood was sending emails. Every single advocacy group out there sending emails to all be in this together. And like Congressman Clyburn said, you all just showed us exactly how we beat Ralph Norman and MAGA in November. We just did it because Ralph Norman has been talking about these maps since last summer. No one wanted it as much as he did, along with, you know, the orange man. So we beat them. We did it then. We're going to do it again. I'm running because my husband and I, we don't recognize the country we're raising our kids in. I gave up a lucrative career to get into public service. My heart is in the right place. My integrity is through the roof. I am going to go and fight for you, the people. My agenda is called the People's Agenda because somehow we've gotten lost in this mess of politics, and it's time we change some things. So I'm running hard. I invite you to be a part of Team Dittmer. I want to be able to tell my kids I did everything I could in this moment in history. I invite you to please do the same. Thank you so much.
All right. And for our final congressional district, District 7, y'all been waiting. We have John Gregory Vincent.
Howdy. Hey, I want to start because, you know, everybody takes pictures this way. I want to take pictures this way. If you're in the grade 8, stand up. I want to see my counties. Yep, see, I'm doing this. There we go. They tried to take that from us. Didn't work out, though, did it? My name is John Gregory Vincent. I will be the next congressman for South Carolina's 7th Congressional District. I'm a proud American. I'm a retired Navy Command Master Chief, submarines. I'm a small business owner, husband to an amazing woman, Deb, father of 2, and as of last month, the grandfather of 1. I want to take a little bit about not me, but us. What happened with redistricting failure is much bigger than I think most of us are really comprehending. This was not a dismissal of the guy in D.C. This was a warning shot that the people are back. Louisiana failed. Alabama failed. Tennessee failed. Florida failed. Not here. This is our year. Make no mistake, but it's not our year if we just leave it here. It's not our year if we get our feelings hurt in the upcoming primaries. We have amazing candidates. Whoever comes out of the primaries, we back them 100%. No more eating our own. No more staying at home. No more next time. If it's not this year, it's not going to happen. So get fired up, stay fired up, because us together, take a look at us all. I don't know, 2,000 people. Every one of you recruits 10 people. That's 20,000. Do 10, that's 200,000. We cannot be stopped unless we stop ourselves. I'm John Gregory Vincent. I will be your congressman from South Carolina's 7th Congressional District. We will have Democrats up and down the ballot in this state, and we will shock the world. God bless.
All right, now, John Gregory Vincent understood the assignment, and y'all brought it, so thank you. Before we continue with our convention, we'd like to take a moment to honor members of our Democratic family and friends who we've lost in the last year. And I'm going to take a moment so that we can get quiet and honor this moment. While we come into these places and we focus on elections and campaigns, let us never forget that politics and everything that we do is about the people who are at the heart of the work. We're going to continue with our program, and how appropriate is it that the next candidates, statewide candidates, that we're focusing on are defenders of the people and of our Constitution. I'd like to ask that candidates for Attorney General come to the stage. So they're not present, but we do have Richard Rissick and Jason Belt. I'm sorry, Richard Rissick is running for Attorney General. And we also have a Secretary of State candidate who is in the building, Two, both of them? Okay, wonderful. So if we could have our candidates for Secretary of State come to the side of the stage. And first, we'll hear from Jason Belton. Keep clapping, he's got a little way to go.
Greetings, South Carolina. I love the energy I've been seeing this week. Who feeling that blue wave coming? All right. I must say, I've been very emotional this week. I've been a delegate of the state convention for years, even with the county of Richland County. Just to see us grow to where we are really touches me. And I want to take my little 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. I want to just say, guys, we can win this. We can win this, guys. I didn't come up here to talk about myself. I come to encourage us that we can win this. Y'all have to feel it in your heart and in your spirit that we can do this in November. That's why I jumped into this race. I've seen our backbones of the state, which is our local businesses, and our nonprofits that have been the backbone of the state, starve because corporations have came into this state and took a stronghold. Now, we got a ghost in the Secretary of State office that's been hiding for y'all not to know he's one of these corporates that been behind this mess. And his name is Mark Hammond, in case you didn't know, and I plan to take him out of here. Now, as it came to our only sitting congressman here, didn't we show them what you do when you come for our congressman? Didn't we show them? Now, this redistricting situation. Now, we do know this was birthed out of the Judiciary Committee. Now, y'all may not know, the Secretary of State sits on a quasi-committee with the judiciary chairs, the President of the Senate, and also the Speaker of the House. But the Secretary of State, again, sits on this quasi-committee. But I don't believe we heard anybody targeting Mark Hammond. But just know that I am. I will take him out of here in November with you guys' help. I will do this. Now, I want to take my last 45 seconds. Again, I don't want to talk about myself, but one thing I want everybody to remember, these primaries are made for all of these wonderful candidates, even my opponent. Give her a hand, first of all. These primaries are made that we bring out the base of all of our voters so that we can bring them in November. So we need to make sure we remain unified. Can somebody say unity? Unity. President Trump is trying to destroy our democracy, but we have to remain unified, guys. Regardless who wins, these 23,000 doors that me and my campaign knocked this year, we're going to knock 23,000 more to put behind whatever candidates are here in November. Vote me in if you want somebody going to nooks and crannies of this state to make sure that we take that lead in November. Thank you all. Vote Jason Belt for Secretary of State. I love you all, and I love this party.
Thank you, Jason. Our next candidate for Secretary of State is Edwina Winter.
Good afternoon, Democrats. My name is Edwina Winter, and I'm running for Secretary of State. As you can hear, I am not from here. But I've spent 14 years in this state, and I absolutely love it. This is my home, and this is where I want to stay. It was the proudest day of my life in 2018 in Charleston, South Carolina, to become a citizen. Thank you. And one of the reasons why I'm running is because this administration does not want immigrants like me to be here. And that made me really angry, and I decided to run. Thank you. My opponent has said, we have had an incumbent who has done very little for the last 24 years, and I want to change that. And I'm qualified to do that because I have 38 years of business experience globally to bring to this job. Working from being a farmer, so I understand how hard it is to be in rural life, all the way through the construction industry, through telecoms, through civil engineering, through nuclear engineering. And I'm also a small business owner in this state, and I founded a faith-based nonprofit here too, and I'm even a notary. So everything that this office does, I have touched. And I have big plans for this state, for this office. I want to make this office the engine for small business and nonprofit growth, because it's small businesses that run this state. It's small businesses that create the generational wealth that gets reinvested in this state that makes everybody thrive. And I don't care who you are or where you're from, everybody deserves the opportunity to live this American dream. And I want to be the watchdog as well. Too many people, particularly our seniors, are suffering from fraud and scams. We can do so much to protect people and make sure they know where their money is going. And the third thing I want to do is be a flashlight in the gloomy hallways of the State House. I want everybody to know who is influencing who and where the money is coming from and who is deciding what's going on. So please vote for me in this primary, because I want to be the person who can take on Mark Hammond in November and get him out from where he's been comfortably sitting for all this time. So please look at winterforthewin.com, and there you'll see so many of my plans. But everybody deserves opportunity, everybody deserves dignity, everybody deserves stability. I love this state. I want it to be the best it can be. Thank you.
Thank you to our candidates for Secretary of State. And now we'll move along into our candidates for State Treasurer, beginning with Vincent Coe.
Good afternoon, Democrats. Are y'all fired up? Fired up? All right, all right, all right. So before I say anything about myself, this campaign, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, citizens, for preserving our democracy. This moment that we're in here in South Carolina is one we probably will never see again, but we are here, and it is time for change, y'all. And change is coming. So a little black boy from Darlington, South Carolina, had a dream that he could become somebody who understands what it means to lead. I believed in South Carolina when South Carolina didn't believe in me. And today I am proud and hopeful that I will become your next state treasurer of the state of South Carolina. I don't take this lightly. As y'all know, you need to be able to trust the person that's managing your money. That's taxpayer money. And the standard is not criminal activity. The standard is honesty. The standard is integrity. And the standard is accountability. And we need that in South Carolina. I'm going to ask each of you all across this room, to continue to ask questions and demand the answers that we deserve. See, y'all, I believe my heart is full this morning, full this afternoon, because some 30 some odd years ago, in the hospital in Charleston, South Carolina, recovering from open heart surgery, and didn't even know that I had somebody praying for me, y'all. Prayer goes a long way. Prayer goes a long way. And I know we maybe got some non-believers in the room, but I'm here to tell you, if you believe and you trust and hope in a God that is still able to control all things, change is coming. Change is coming. So I ask y'all to continue to be engaged. Vote Vince for treasurer. I love y'all. I love South Carolina. Let's do this together, y'all.
Our next candidate for state treasurer is Trav Robertson Jr.
God is good. Amen, amen. My name is Trav Robertson. I have stood before you as a child of our southern state. I have stood before you as your state party chairman. You taught me the value of doing what is right. My people in Anderson, those of you in Richland, you have taught me the value upon which we all stand. Grady L. Patterson, our longtime state treasurer from Abbeville County, taught me how to run the state treasurer's office as I served as his deputy state treasurer. We are hurting. The price of eggs, a gallon of milk, what it costs to fill up your cars to get here today. Ladies and gentlemen, the money that comes into the treasurer's office represents somebody's overtime. It represents somebody's extra shift to maybe help a kid through college or pay for a rising power bill or a rising health care premium. It doesn't belong to Curtis Loftus. We give him a defined benefit retirement. We pay him $165,000. We give him health care. And every time I fill up my car, I'm reminded that we give him a gas card because we give him a free car. And while we're struggling to pay for our gas, we're paying for his, and he has one job, and that is to put our money, that overtime, into the right bank accounts. Manage the money, tell the legislature where that money is supposed to be, how much they have. And what did he do? He lost $1.8 billion. Hold on, Senator. And he believes that he should get another free car. I stand here as one of you. I'm asking you to trust me, and I want you to say it loud. Curtis can't count. Curtis can't count. Curtis can't count. Thank you very much. I love you all. Thank you, Senator. Thank you so much.
No, Curtis cannot count. We have two candidates for Comptroller General, and the first we're going to call to the stage is Tiffany Boozer.
Hello, everybody. I haven't stood before a crowd this large yet, so I am proud to be here. My name is Tiffany Boozer, and I am running for Comptroller General of South Carolina. Woo, woo, okay, cheer for the accountants, all right. So I'm running to be your state's accountant. What do? We pay all the bills, and we prepare the financial statements. A random fun fact that I don't know why I'm going to share it with you, but I'm going to do it. A random fun fact about me is that I love history. I love ancient history. And one thing in ancient history is that you never move into leadership without preparation. You never do it. Kings prepare their sons. Queens prepare their daughters. Leaders prepare a successor. And in the name of preparation, I have spent over 10 years as an auditor. I'm also a certified public accountant. I am also the internal auditor at the Comptroller General's office right now. My role was created in the fallout of the $3.5 billion, so please do not blame your girl. Thank you. Oh, goodness. All right, so why you should vote for me? You should vote for me because I don't need on-the-job training. In the name of preparation, I've already been prepared. As an auditor, I spend my time assessing risk, assessing internal controls, finding out ways that we can prevent errors from happening so that you can maintain your confidence in the numbers of South Carolina. I'm already doing that for you. While you're working and drinking your Starbucks, I'm already fighting for you. And to close, I am not running to learn this job. I'm running because I'm prepared for it. So with that, I'm going to give you my close, and I know you done heard it before. When you see Boozer, choose her. Thank y'all.
All right. Our next candidate for Comptroller General is Bruce Cole.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be back. My wife and I sat in those seats for a decade, so it's good to be speaking to you from this platform. My name is Bruce Cole, and I'm running for a county. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm running for Comptroller General of South Carolina. You know, there comes a time in a person's life when all that they believe in, all they've done, all the experiences they have come together, and this is the moment for me. Some of you know me because I was the chair of the Sierra Club. 2, because I was a loyal Democrat. But the reason why I'm running is threefold. 1, South Carolina has given me many blessings. I've raised my family here. I've been able to go to school here at Clemson. I've taught at USC. That's why I fell in love with my students. Okay. And I just want to pay it forward. 2, South Carolinians, voters deserve better. State government has been a hot mess. We're currently under investigation by the SEC. Could affect our bond ratings, could affect the interest rates, could affect your taxes. We still haven't found the $3.5 billion that my predecessor lost. 3 people have lost their jobs because of what they call uncertainties in accounting. Okay. The reason why I'm running is because I'm qualified. Okay. Not only do I have degrees in accounting and economics and planning, finance, but I've run great institutions. I've been the CFO of the Boston Public Library. I've been a financial leader at John Hancock. But I want to do 3 things. Last thing, I got to go. Okay. You said you wanted community investment. I heard you. We've got a plan for that. Civic wealth and creation that we've developed. Look at my website, coleforsc.com. You said you want accountability. I'm working on that. We put together a plan for public value creation. Vote for me, Bruce Cole, for Comptroller General. Thank you.
All right, before we move into our next candidates, we have another update from our treasurer, and I hope y'all got us to where we needed to be. But let's see.
All right. So we know Republicans can't count, especially Curtis Loftus, but we can. And today we have raised $11,243.15. I'll repeat it. $11,243.15. Thank you, Democrats. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next, we're going to shift into what I think is one of the most essential offices we have in our state, and that's the Office of the State Superintendent. Because if we can't fix the proficiency in our schools, our future is not very bright. And so we have two candidates for this office, and we're going to start with Lisa Ellis.
Hello, Democrats. My name is Lisa Ellis, and I just finished my 25th year as a public school educator in South Carolina. In 2018, I helped launch SC for Ed because teachers were exhausted, overwhelmed, and too often made to feel invisible. What started as a support network became an advocacy movement, one built on the belief that educators deserve a voice at the table affecting our classrooms, our students, and our future. That work eventually led me to run for state superintendent in 2022. And ever since that election, people have asked me the same question: where did you go? The truth is, I went back to the classroom. And honestly, losing was hard. Not just because I lost, but because I had spent years carrying the weight of believing it was somehow my responsibility to fix public education in South Carolina. So I stepped back. I grieved. I got angry. I rebuilt my confidence. I leaned on my family and friends. I learned to ask for help. I'm still working on that one. I taught the next generation to advocate for themselves. I taught future educators at the College of Charleston. I kept helping teachers across this state find the courage to use their voice. And somewhere along the way, I realized something important. We were never supposed to carry this work alone. As T.S. Eliot wrote, "What do we live for if not to make life less difficult for each other?" That is what public education is supposed to be. That is what public service is supposed to be. Since 2018, I have traveled this state fighting for public education while teaching full-time. I have sat with teachers, parents, students, and community leaders in every corner in South Carolina. In 2022, you trusted me to be your nominee for state superintendent, and together we built something powerful. We came closer than anyone thought we could, and we proved that South Carolina is hungry for leadership rooted in experience, honesty, and a deep belief in public education. I'm almost done. You trusted me to take on Ellen Weaver then, and it would be an honor to earn your trust again, because I am still here, still teaching, still fighting, still believing in our students, our educators, and the future of South Carolina. Thank you.
What a teacher thing to do. Lisa told us when she came up here, she was at 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So we knew. Our next candidate for superintendent.
I love y'all. So my name is Sylvia Wright, and I am your candidate for State Superintendent of Education. For the past 2 years, I have traveled this state, and I have met with you in your meetings. I've gone to council meetings, school board meetings, baseball games, funerals. I've sat in living rooms and had conversations and built relationships. I'm going to go to the Department of Education with my experience and with your voices, and we're going to elevate education in South Carolina from 43rd to 1st. So join with me. Visit my website, write2026sc.com. Many of you have already joined with me and voted, and thank you for that. So if you haven't voted already, join Team Write. Write2026sc.com. I need donations. I need volunteers. But again, most importantly, I need your vote by June 9th. Thank you.
Thank you all. And we love this energy for the children. I think this is the loudest y'all been today, and it's because it's for the children, right? So our next office, our state office, is Commissioner of Agriculture, and we have one candidate, Mr. Deshaun Blanding.
Good afternoon, Democrats. Let's try this again. Good afternoon, Democrats. That's the energy. My name is Deshaun Blanding, and I am the Democratic candidate for Commissioner of Agriculture. Yes, yes. Now, let me ask you a question. When South Carolina ranks in the top 10 in the country for kids going hungry, is that a problem? When our small family farmers are working harder than ever, but making less money than ever, is that a problem? When we have abundant land and a $51 billion agricultural industry, but we have 80% of our counties who don't have access to food, is that a problem? Well, problems require solutions, and together with your vote and me as your next Commissioner of Agriculture, we're going to fix this mess we are in. This position is about the food, the fiber, the fuel we need in order to sustain ourselves. But we have not had a Commissioner of Agriculture candidate since 2010. But I'm here to tell you that change is on the way, because now we have a candidate who is qualified, we have a candidate who has experience, and we have a candidate who is rooted in our communities and focused on a new future for all of us. And I am that candidate. So this campaign is personal to me. I am from Clarendon County, South Carolina, making noise in Clarendon County, where my grandfather was a fourth-generation farmer and my mother's side were farm workers. But my grandfather told his kids not to go back into agriculture because the road was hard as a black farmer in the South. So I didn't get to grow up on the farm. I grew up where the farm used to be. But I left home and I studied agriculture. I studied philosophy and public policy. And I learned that agriculture is about development, and when we develop our agricultural systems, we develop our communities. And 10 years ago, I was elected as the only national FFA, Future Farmers National Officer, since we had in 1967, the only one to represent our state. Since then, I've been fighting for rural communities. I've worked in Washington, D.C. I've worked for both the United States House and the Senate Committees on Agriculture. I built my own cooperative business where I help nonprofit organizations develop the tools to advocate for themselves, because South Carolina deserves better. We deserve better than struggling farmers, and we can make a change together here in South Carolina. Do you believe we can make that change? Do you believe we can make that change? So I'm not on your ballots in the primary because I'm unopposed, but on November 3rd, to all your family and your friends to vote for Deshaun Blanding for the next Commissioner of Agriculture.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Now, we are nearing the end of our time, and I know that state superintendent is important, but this gubernatorial race this year is consequential. Because thank God McMaster is going home. However, we got some problems on the other side of the ticket. We could end up with Nancy Mace as our governor. We could end up with Ralph Norman as our governor. I don't really know that it gets better or greener on the other side of this fence if we don't do something this year. And we've got a tremendous opportunity in 3 gubernatorial candidates on the Democratic ticket. And I'm pleased, very pleased, to allow some space for you all to hear from them. And so the first one I'm going to call to the stage is my colleague, none other than Dr. Jermaine Johnson.
Democrats, are y'all ready to flip this state blue? That's right. Yeah. I am honored to stand here today with the real doctor. Y'all know I call her the real doctor. Your next First Lady of South Carolina, y'all. I'm honored to be here today because I don't know when the next opportunity I will have to stand in front of a group of loyal Democrats like this. And I had this moment to address the elephant in the room. I'm going to do something a little different than what I traditionally do. The narrative on the internet and in social media has been, Jermaine is too black to be the next governor of South Carolina. We continue to hear this word, electability. We hear it over and over again, electability. But what I want to talk to you all today, because I want to talk to the young people who are in this room, the young people who are right here, right now, who have come up to me and said, Jermaine, you have given me hope. You have inspired me. You have given me the courage to stand up and to speak out. You have given me the courage to be my authentic self. And that's what I believe my job is here today, is to inspire the next generation of people, to let them know that they can be me, that they will be me, that they will be better than me. We will leave this state better than how we inherited it. That is my job. That is my job. And we need to start redefining what electability means. It's not about who has the most money. It's not about being a middle-aged white man. It's about who has the qualifications to do this job. And I am the most qualified. I am the most qualified. I am the most qualified to do this job. And with your vote, I will be the next governor of South Carolina. Thank y'all so much.
So I mentioned earlier this election is consequential, and we must win. We must win this gubernatorial race this year. And our next candidate Okay. Our next candidate, I don't believe he's here, is Mullins McLeod. Okay. And our final candidate is none other than Mr. Bojangles himself, Billy Webster.
Good afternoon, South Carolina Democrats. For those of you all who actually are going to Bojangles for lunch, you only got 3 minutes to wait. I've been coming to these conventions for 50 years. Not one day have I been more proud to be a South Carolina Democrat. But let's get to it. My friend Jim Hodges was the last Democrat elected to lead this state. My son, Will Webster, who's in the back, turned 28 last week. He was 3 months old when Jim got elected. We've lost a generation of leadership. Losing again is not an option. We all know what losing will look like. Nobody will give a damn about the affordability crisis that is crushing South Carolina families. And of course, their president thinks it's all a hoax. The nightmare of redistricting will not go away until they disenfranchise 25% of this state. The abomination of Senate Bill 1095, which criminalizes a woman's right to choose her reproductive care, will hang over the women of this state until they pass that law. 500,000 South Carolinians will remain without health care. In politics, will continue to devolve into a vicious, violent blood sport. I got into this election to win, not just on June the 9th, but on November the 3rd. I have no plan B. I will work as hard as it takes. I will be as disciplined as it takes, and I will have the resources that it takes to win. I will win this race. There is no other alternative. Winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. I cannot do this without your help. You are my people. Let's go do this.
This group of people was mentioned earlier. If the current House members in the South Carolina House would come forward, any of the South Carolina senators that are here, if y'all don't mind coming forward. And then, and also with that, those that are running for the South Carolina House, if they would come forward, they will have a brief moment to the candidates will. But again, if the current senators would come forward, the current House members of the South Carolina House would come forward at this time. And then if you're a candidate for the South Carolina House, y'all give them a round of applause. So if the current candidates, the current House members and the current senators, if you would come on stage for just a brief moment.
No, we're just going to have House candidates say their name, their county. Okay. Yeah, people are running over there.
Did good. Guys, I don't know if you know who this group is, and I don't know that you know them all. But this group, because of you, stood up for the last 3 weeks and defended you and your rights, your ability to show and make sure your voice is heard. I am so proud to serve with this group of House and Senate members because they care. They are passionate about you. And the reason that we were successful was because of you, and we stand with you. So thank you. Let's give them a round of applause for their hard work and their continued hard work as we continue to fight for South Carolina. We're going to take a photo real quick. And then we'll do candidates in a second. Just a photo, and then I'll get the house.
Okay. Ready?
All right, so the way this is going to work, the House candidates are going to come up and they're going to say their name. They're going to say their district and their counties, and then they're going to move on. House members, did you hear me? You're going to say your name, your district, and what counties that is, and then we're going to move on. So we're going to just start. We're going to continue to roll on, and then if you could stay on the podium, because we do want a photo of this many folks that are in the House that are running this year to continue to represent you and also future represent you. So at this time, we will start.
Go ahead, Spence, go ahead.
Just the House candidates. Yes, just the candidates. Well, I mean,
J.A. Moore, District 15, Berkeley and Charleston County.
Wendell Jones, District 25, Greenville County.
Keyshawn Scott, House District 50, Lee, Sumter, and Kershaw counties.
Annie E. McDaniel, and I am House District 41, the People's Representative.
Lonnie Hosey, District 91, Aladale, Bonneville, and Orangeburg County.
Roger Kirby, House District 101, Florence, Williamsburg, and Berkeley County.
Kathy Jaggers, House District 97, Dorchester County.
Lawrence Moore, Richland and Kershaw County, building the economy to serve the whole community. District 52.
Julie Zimmerman, Lexington, and mostly Richland County. Check my ad out on page 10, y'all.
Jeremy Jones, House District 88, Lexington County.
And just so I didn't make anybody confused, these are all of our future candidates for office for the House to represent you across the state of South Carolina. So just to be clear.
Katie McCravey, District 102, Berkeley and Dorchester County.
Johnny Estridge, House, oh Lord have mercy, House 9, Anderson County. Please vote.
I'm Melissa O'Shea, and I represent Florence County as a delegate, and I'm running for House District 60 in Florence County. Make sure you use your voice and your vote.
Irene Benson, I'm running for House District 32 in the heart of Spartanburg County.
Virginia McLean, House District 36 in Spartanburg County.
Marissa McCann, District 106 in Horry County. Heather Bauer, House District 75 in Richland County.
Lynn Ramirez, District 16, Greenville and Lawrence County.
Rich Nikoloff, District 17, Northern Greenville County.
John McCarthy, District 27, State House, Greenville County.
Major Lisa Davies, Sumter County.
Ann Shippey, retired Air Force Colonel, District 123, Beaufort County.
Hi, I'm Jenna Arsenault, District 112, Charleston County.
Jenny Dash, District 26, Fort Mill, York County.
My name is Adrian Pegues Carter, Florence County, House District 60, and I am the candidate for House District 60.
Heather Hart, District 66, York County.
Wendell Marvin Pedrick, District 103, Berkeley, Georgetown, and Horry County.
Mashana Tate, District 14, Lawrence County.
Marina Franco, District 29, York County, Cherokee County, and Spartanburg.
Seth Sauerhart, House District 37, that's Spartanburg County.
I am Stephanie Holstein, running for District 30 in Cherokee and Spartanburg counties. Holstein for House.
Bernie Scalero, House District 118, Beaufort County. And if anyone's doubting we can flip South Carolina blue, in the words of Obama, yes, we can.
Good afternoon, Democrats. I'm an Air Force veteran, business owner, and educator. You're next, South Carolina State House Representative for District 98, North Charleston, Somerville, Dorchester County. Remember SOS, Dr. Sonia Ogletree-Satani.
Hello, my name is Debbie Subero Wiggin. I'm running House
District 120, Beaufort County, and a little bit of tip of Jasper County. Thank you.
With liberty and justice for all. Emory K. Chaplin, House District 69, Lexington, South Carolina.
Good morning, Democrats. Montez Aiken, your candidate for South Carolina House of Representatives for District 102 for Berkeley and Dorchester County.
I'm Judy Davies. I'm running for House District 68 in Horry County.
Brian Sharper, District House 94, Dorchester County.
Shannon DeLoach, District 121, Beaufort and Colleton counties.
Robert L. Williams, Union and Lawrence County, District 42.
David Wilson, District 105 for Horry County.
I am Dr. Malcolm Taylor for House District 52, the Richland County, the Kershaw County.
Service before self, Jack Spann, House District 64, all of Clarendon County and a portion of Sumter County.
Kathy Redwine, District 108, Georgetown County, and a sliver of Charleston.
Good afternoon. Nicole Dentor, Lancaster County.
Hello, I'm Junie Lynch for Pickens and Oconee County.
Hello, Candace Scott, District 2, Oconee.
How awesome is it that this line is so long? My name's Claiborne Linville. I'm running for House District 3, which is Southern Pickens County.
Derek Cruz, District 4, Pickens County.
Good afternoon. My name is Stuart Epting. I'm running for Aiken. We're District 86, and it's Aiken County and Lexington County. So,
good afternoon. I'm Darnell Hostin. I am running for House District 84, Aiken County.
Hello, I'm Joe Madge, House District 89, Lexington County. Go for Joe.
Hello, I'm Eve Carlin running for House District 70 from the great counties of Kershaw and Richland. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Demetrius Carson running to represent the Grade 8, District 8, Anderson, South Carolina. Let's vote and win.
Good afternoon, South Carolina Democrats. I'm Jason Payne, and I'm running for House District 83, which is Aiken County and Edgefield County.
Good afternoon. My name is Engel Thompson. I'm running in House District 40, which is Newberry and Lexington County.
Hey y'all, my name is Katie Crosby. I'm running for District 44, and that is Lancaster County.
Hello, I am Jamil Brooks, and I am running for District 12, which covers McCormick and Greenwood.
And following District 12 is District 13. I'm Brock Wise. That's Greenwood County, a little sliver of Lawrence County. And we're going to replace John McCravey.
good afternoon, South Carolina Dems. I'm Corey Williams running for District 122, which includes Colleton, Hampton, Jasper, and Beaufort counties.
My name is KJ Atwood. I'm running for House District 110 in Charleston.
I am honored to represent Robert Small's hometown, Beaufort, South Carolina. I'm Shauna Bishop running for House District 124.
right, we're going to get all of this historical moment picture because we've got a candidate for every House seat across the state of South Carolina. So we want to make sure we capture this moment. So House members, current House members, as well as those candidates, if y'all would please come forward and get in this historical picture. Some of y'all can stay. All the candidates for House. Current as well as candidates now.
Senator, you're trapped in too. You might as well smile.
You good?
Mm-hmm. Okay, everybody's good. Everybody in a window, because if you're not in the window, they can't see you. Everybody's in a window. Okay.
Where's the window?
As long as you can see them, they can see you.
Mostly worried about the guy in the chair. That's the room on this end. I'm feeling my tippy toes.
Mm-hmm.
Scrunching, people.
Scrunching.
I can't scrunch anymore. We're scrunched.
Put that arm up here. Up here. There you go. There you go. Okay.
I've been stress eating. I can't squish anymore.
Keep up the good work. Almost there.
Thank you for your work on the
Thank
floor.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Great job today.
Thank you. We do have a little bit more business to do before we wrap up today. But I do want to make sure, and I know I called him up earlier, but I've got my colleagues, Russell Lott, Senator Russell Lott here today, and Senator from Charleston, Dion Tedder. And again, I want to thank you all for taking time to be here. We've got a few things that we need to take care of on the business side. And so we have Representative Spencer Wetmore and also Councilman Greg Perry are here for some committee platforms and resolutions to present to you guys at this time.
Well, hey, everybody. I know y'all are excited. You guys came for the resolutions, right? Yeah, you did. All right, y'all. So we were very, very fortunate to have a resolutions committee from around the state. We had one member from every county come, every county party who submitted resolutions. We met for hours and hours. So I am pleased to tell you that we have a report today, and it includes 6 excellent resolutions. Each of these resolutions has been emailed to our delegates. There are also QR codes where the full text is available, but I'm going to give you a quick summary now. Resolution number 1, there we go. We've got resolutions as to voting rights, fair elections, and public accountability, economies for workers, families, and communities, public education, health care, veterans, immigrant families, and inclusive communities, civil rights, public safety, and equal justice, environment, clean energy, South Carolina's future, and then peace, human rights, responsible foreign policy, and constitutional governance. I am delighted to report that every word in these resolutions was carefully debated. At this time, I'll turn it over to my co-chair, Mr. Perry, for a motion and...
Yes, can I get a motion to adopt these resolutions? How about this? When you make that motion, can you say your name in the county?
All right. All right.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a
Okay, Ms. Hemming.
we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Okay, we got it.
We have several seconds. Any discussion?
All in favor?
See, all opposed. The ayes have it. This motion carries.
All right, we have one more. All right. Oh, my daughter's so bored she's leaving. Nope, come back. All right, y'all. So we've got one more from the floor. Can the AV folks put that up for us? It's up. All right, so we have one more for the floor. This is a resolution about voter engagement, and it asks our party to create a committee to study different opportunities for voter engagement. This is a list of, it's not inclusive or exclusive. This is simply examples of what could be discussed. Do I have a motion to consider this? Ms. Sanchez with a motion. Mr. Byrd with a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Motion carries. That concludes the resolutions. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm sorry. Take the number.
You need me to do it again?
Hang on. I'm sorry. Yeah, say any opposed.
How about this? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. This motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. We're just joined by Representative Beth Bernstein. Thank you. All right.
So we had so much fun earlier, we decided to have an encore. When the Rules Committee met last month, we considered a few proposals that had been sent to us for changes to the rules of the South Carolina Democratic Party. And we passed several changes for your consideration. Most of them are cleanups, just trying to make our rules a little more logical. These were sent to you earlier, and there have been some copies of them floating around. And the Rules Committee moves the adoption of these changes. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the changes to the South Carolina Party rules, please say aye. Opposed, no. Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, y'all did so good. I love y'all for this. So listen, y'all, we're having a lunch discussion. We're having lunch, and it's a discussion with Congressman Clyburn and Senators Tedder and Graham, and they're going to just talk about the redistricting stuff. And I know some people already paid for lunch. So if you paid for lunch, raise your hand. I love y'all. I mean, these Democrats are killing it. So if you paid for lunch, you can head, which building, Jay? You can head back to the Moore building. If you want, who want to go to lunch and didn't pay? So lunch is $12.40, but we might make a concession if you feel, because y'all put so much in that bucket, we might be able to let people just get a little bit of, a few people. But it's $12.40 in honor of our 124 candidates. So if you want lunch, let's just head to the Moore building. But if you've already paid, we're going to have two lines, one for the ticket. Yeah, and please take your Clyburn Deliver sign with you. But it's going to be a line that's already paid and a sign that let's have three. Already paid, I want to pay, and I can't pay. Let's get the can't pays too. So y'all head over and let's have a good showing for the congressmen and the senators, y'all. Thank y'all so much. And I got to adjourn. And how do I do it? Without objection? Is there any objection to adjourning this 2026 state convention? Well, I call this convention adjourned without objection. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all.
Please take your Clyburn Deliver signs. Don't leave them on your seat. Take your Clyburn Deliver signs. Take them home, please. Thank you.